Okay, now we at AudCad. What are we going to see with AudCad? What's so interesting? Let me see. There's a interesting weekly support, resistance around that area. Right? So if prices go there, possible sell, right? If you look at it and you see a trend line, as you can see, it's an uptrend. So should probably go here in that area in terms of a weekly sell. So this may be a trade that where you enter, you could target this. If it goes here, you enter here, you sell, and you could probably exit around that area, because that would be a good support level, weekly support level, right? If you want to take a more aggressive sell, if it goes up that price, when it gets to that price level, I would consider that area with the monthly support. So if it's in that area, interesting sell, could drop well. All right, this is what I have for the AudCad. It's already in the uptrend. It's already going up. So if you're looking to take sales, look around here at weekly. To take a quick sell. By the time it goes down, showing that level down, you break it even. But that would be the strongest, which would be the monthly. If it keeps going to that level, if it goes there, there's no way it's not going to drop unless something crazy happens in the market. But that would be a good area to consider taking a sell, that area too. Right? Take a sell, exit here, take a buy, a sell here. You could let it go deeper. Right? So you'll do more pips. So you'll go down from here to about here, a good 600 pips, right? Okay. Let's do another pair. Now, AudJpy. If I look at the monthly supports, right here, that would be an interesting area to consider for a sell. Right? As you can see, every time it hit, it dropped or either went up. So it's the same as the monthly supports. The weekly supports are in the same area as the monthly. See, it went up here, bounced. Resistance, sorry, I don't know why I'm messing up, but this is the resistance. So the resistance, the monthly resistance are the same as the weekly resistance, right? So consider a sell already, or maybe you just missed out on the trade, and what it's doing on the weekly level is just doing a pullback so it could go down. So we'll see if it goes into that area. If it goes into that area, you can start considering taking a sell. Or else this might just already be too late because it may just be a pullback, right? So let's look at the AudNzd. Seems to be going down based on that monthly resistance, right? So where should I consider taking a buy? You may ask. If I look at the weekly, as you can see, it hit that weekly resistance. So it's already bouncing back up. It hit the weekly resistance. So it's already bouncing back up. It's already bouncing back up. So that may be an entry that I missed, right? Let's say it goes up a certain level. We hit that's a support. So it bounced on the support. It bounced at the support. Went back up. Now it may retest that resistance. You'll see if it breaks that resistance, you could consider that zone as an interesting zone to take a sell. You see, so you may enter here and drop to do another sell. May retest here and do the sell. So you have to wait for your confirmation before you were to take that trade as a sell. And what's funny about it, that what it can even do is go up for a little while, go down, break that weekly support, and target that support, and that would be an interesting area to take a buy. That's if only if it goes up and then breaks that weekly support and try to retest another weekly support. Now we're looking at the AudUsd. Now that's interesting. Let's see. Here is an interesting support that would be here. So it enters that area. You could consider a sell because every time it went in that area, it bounced, right? So you could wait for it to enter that area, that monthly resistance, right? And then you consider it a sell. As you can see, it entered, it dropped a little bit. It may retest it again and go down. And my main target profit would be that support level right there. This is where I would take most of my profits or parts of my profit and see what the market does afterwards. Now we're looking at the AudCad. AudCad. All right. I see an interesting weekly support here. Resistance, sorry, I get them mixed up, sorry about that. A weekly resistance, that area right there. As you can see, you already entered the zone, right? So as I enters more and then drop, right? As you can see, that weekly support is also a monthly, the weekly resistance is also a monthly resistance. So if it enters that area, you could take an interesting sell. I wouldn't stay too long, but you could do at least 100 pips, right? If you're more aggressive, you could target the profits or partial profits at around that level, that area right there. From here to here, you can start thinking of taking profits. Okay, now there's an interesting resistance here. So enters that area, you consider taking a sell. If you look at the weekly, in terms of weekly, it's actually closer. So that would be around that area. Around that area, as you can see, it touched it already, so it's probably going to go down. But if whenever it goes back up in that area, this would be where you could consider taking an interesting sell. Right? That's where I would consider taking a sell. And that area you could do easily 100 pips, right? Once you enter that area, you wait for your confirmation, then you take the sell. Now, UsdJpy. If I look here, it's pretty weird looking. As you can see, it's about to cross. So right now, it's not clear in which direction that pair is going to go. So in terms of support and resistance, could go either way. Personally, I don't like it, but if I have to pick and find my resistance and monthly or weekly supports and resistance, this area for the resistance is the area that would pique my interest. And if it goes down, this would be the area that will get my interest for a buy, right? It would, let's say it would break this, that would be my best option for a buy in that support area. So it will go there, breaks it. If it breaks that support, that would be my best bet to take a buy. If it breaks that trend line, this would be my area where I would be interested on taking a sell. Right? All right. UsdChf. Let's see the monthly supports. It's already on the monthly support, right? So it's already in the monthly support, or it's going to enter a little bit more. As you can see, it already fully entered and bounced. Entered before and bounced. So this may just be a pullback to go back up, right? So this would be an interesting weekly entry. So if I look at H4, it may just be a pullback, and it seems like he could be doing a Fibonacci. See, it's already at the right Fibonacci level, so it may just bounce on this and go back up. Right? The worst case scenario, it re-enters that area and then goes back up. So if you want to make that area smaller, you're going weekly. See that? That would be my area, right? So let's say it breaks that 78.6 Fibonacci level. Let's just say it breaks that Fibonacci level. It may continue to go down and enter that area. And as it enters that area, bam, you take the buy. Then you take the buy and you could target. You could do at least 100 pips where you could target that area on a daily where you start taking profits or a lot of your profits. Or parts of your profits. It's up to you. Now, we got the USDCad. Simple. Let's look at the USDCad. In that area, it's already there. That would be an interesting area there. Look at the monthly. Yeah, that's an interesting area to consider for a sell. As you can see, we see a strong monthly resistance around that price. So what we're going to do is we're going to let prices go up to that area and wait for the confirmations to take a sell. Right, if you want to narrow it down a little bit to weekly, you can clearly see that in that area right there, you can start considering taking a sell, and then it's going to drop. So that resistance area is an area to consider for a sell. Okay, what's interesting here? It went out so high. I think it could only go down for now. In terms of monthly, I would say that area is interesting. That would be a pullback, a quick pullback if it goes down there. In terms of weekly, yeah, that would be interesting. As you can see, it had hit already that weekly support. It hit the weekly support and it went up. So this one is not that clear in terms of which area is more interesting. If I were to be more conservative, I would wait for prices to drop around that area to take a buy. because whatever would happen around that area is unclear, because like I said, it went from an all-time high and it seems to be going down, right? But it's still pretty vague in terms of firm areas, firm supports. And as you can see now, that's going to be the new resistance. Yeah, so that one is pretty not so clear. Gold. Gold is interesting. All of gold been doing is going up. Up, 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 up. Right? So if we are trying to break the overall trend and then we're expecting a reversal, as you can see, it's been going up since. Now it's close to a monthly support resistance. It's close to a monthly resistance. So we'll see what it does when it enters that area. It may have a setup to go for a sell. And depending on what's going to be happening in the news, we'll see if it's still planning on going up, because gold is, of course, a currency where people put their money on when the economy is bad in certain areas. So if the US is going bad, a lot of investors are going to be investing in gold, which is why gold is going up right now. So we'll see if it enters that area, we'll go for a sell, right? So we'll see, wait for a confirmation in that area, and then wait for it to drop.